Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this quick and easy, very simple woven card. It was somewhat inspired by one I did a short while ago, the mosaic tile one using the celebratory sips. It just lends itself to the strawberry slush and the black background. So without further delay, I'll pop these two off to one side and I'll get started and show you how to make it. So like I just mentioned, the body is strawberry slush, which is one of the 25-27 in colours. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, so it fits comfortably in a regular envelope. And then the pieces were just the celebratory sips cut. Actually, I think I've got them upside down. So they are cut into 7/8 strips. So the black is 7/8 by 5 1/8, and there's two of those. And my paper had an orientation, so I had to remember to make 2 horizontal and 2 vertical. And then the other two, the shorter ones, are 3 3/4 by 5 for the black. The designer series paper is 3 7/8, and this one is just shy, it's 3 3/4. There will be directions and dimensions on my blog, so you can follow through for that. And then what I did was I cut 2 deckled circles. This one is for the front and this one is for the greeting. Now the greeting itself is so old. I'm going to stamp it in the strawberry slush, and it's this it came from this kit. This had been a kit way back in the day, probably 2005-ish. Don't remember, I don't have the kit that it came with because of course I made and used them, but like all kits you get to keep the stamp sets. And one of them says cheers, which is, you know, celebratory sips. And this is the lovely little stamp. However, I did try a few. I tried to cut it out and it looks all right. I tried to do it with the circle with the little stitched edge from the Stylish Shapes, but the image is not a true circle and it just looked like I'd tried and failed. I'd actually tried and succeeded, it just wasn't anything to succeed with. So what I thought I would do was pop it onto a deckled circle itself. Because it's not a true circle, I thought, well, all right then, we'll go with your not a true circleness and just stamp that in. And then if it's a little bit off kilter, the decaliness of the circle sort of helps that. Now the big circle, which I have just lost, I am going to decorate with pieces. When you cut things out of celebratory sips, there are images everywhere, and sometimes there are some left on the edge, and I took one of those edge pieces, and what I'm going to do is put it on the inside piece, because why waste it? So that is going to go right on the edge. Because it was an edge piece and I've put it on the edge of the inside white section, it now adds a little bit of follow through to the inside of the card. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the other shapes that I fussy cut out. This one was one whole jug. This was actually 3 pieces all together, so I just went round those. These ones were 3 individual little images. But as long as you're patient enough to fussy cut them, or, you know, you have an image that you want to put on that you could just stamp straight forward, the world is your oyster, as they say. So let me put that drink on there. We'll put the wine a little bit higher so it leaves a little bit of room for the lemon. And then we've got a nice little selection of drinks for there. And then the cheers, actually I think I'll use this one. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the right hand side and attach it to there. Then all we have to do is attach the strips. Now the fun thing about this is you can just weave them whichever way you want. When I did my two, there were the patterns on, patterns on the paper I felt was more interesting if I wove it to the left rather than to the right. That's the only reason that these two are slightly different. There was more interesting things going on the sides that I wove. So we'll just quickly add these to their relevant black piece. And then actually the most challenging part of the whole thing is getting them woven. I think it's what took the longest bit of time. So I've been trying to fine tune it as I go along. And I've got a couple of suggestions. So what we need to do now is make sure the pattern follows. And I don't think it really matters which side. So I'm going to lay down the two longer pieces first. And actually I think I'm going to weave over at the right. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the left-hand side. Just a little piece. And my advice would be to not use liquid glue for this one, because unfortunately, look, it already needs to move. Unfortunately, you have to move them around a little bit, and the liquid glue, once it's set, it's pretty much in there. So now that I've got those sorted and decided that's where I would like them to go, I will put long adhesive behind both of these. And then it really is just a case of lifting up little pieces and popping. That one, it's just not cooperating today. I don't know why. So it's sort of like lift and stick until you've got them happy where you would like them to be. This one I think is good, so I'm going to put a whole strip of adhesive behind this one now to pretty much set it in place. This just needs to move a little. Whoop. You see how it needs to just be maneuvered a little bit, and if this was stuck down with the liquid glue or a tear and tape, something strong, you wouldn't have much of an opportunity for switching it out. So there we have it, and now all I need to do is attach this lovely little thing, and I'm going to do that with dimensionals. So other than trying to finagle the shapes to see which suits best, it's a pretty quick, this one is lifting up just a little bit, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of extra encouragement. And there you have it. So we've got two rights now, two rights and a left. And they're all pretty much the same. Of course, if you had a floral designer series paper, it wouldn't really matter because you could switch it around. I only needed to take care because this paper did, like I said, have an orientation. If you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing, ring the bell, you get notifications and you'll always know when I've posted a video. If you have a question or a comment, pop those in the box below and I will always get back with you. There will be sizes of the different strips on my blog if you needed to check that out. And in the meantime, thanks for watching.